navigator Hamish Murray were the last qualifiers into the top 8, but their 49.700 would mean they would go no further. Just as they had at all of the other rounds in Stinger Boats Group A this year, Andy Ryan and Carrie-Anne Allen did make the 8, but like Brentzel and Murray, their 49.463 would not see them into the 5. Harry Whelans and Jason Conroy had found another second between their qualifying best in the top 12. That extra pace deserted them in the top 8, and the crew from Usain Bolt would get an early shower.
Pretty good, eh? We've managed to close that gap to the front guys a lot more than last round. We found another second, but we've still got another second to find to get up there and compete with the likes of Ross and the guys at the front. So.
Ollie Silverton and Jess Sitt in PSP Racing had found another gear since their win in Waitrous round 3. But here in the 8, their 47.666 saw them safely into the 5 and starting as a favourite. Ross and Shane Travers had made the step up to Stinger Boats Group A class this year. The mechanic from Wanganui won the 2015 Group B title with consistency, and that same traits here saw him into the 5. Points leader in the class, Neil Marshall at Eagle Automotive, dropped into the 47s in the top 12, and here in the 8 was 48.087, saw him make the 5 as the final qualifier. Firewater with Rick Burke and Alf Killerboard had only managed 11th best in Waitra, and that hurt their title chase chances to their best here and safely through with a 47.762. First in qualifying, fastest in the top 12 and fastest again here in the 8. Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson in Novus Autoglass topped the charts with a 47.421. So if we have a look, we've found our top 5, and it is the Mid-Canterbury pairing of Simon Gibbon and Paul Thompson leading the charge in Novus Autoglass. A second behind the Ed Houses in round 2, and a third with a DNF at Waitra for round 3 hadn't been the best season start for New Zealand number 1, Paddy and Jay Hayden, but it had been a great start for Mandy and Clayton Tisdall, taking the round 3 win and the Group B points lead. So in the Group B competition, it is Clayton and Mandy Tisdall on top, and the margins are as close as you would like. NZ1 with Paddy Hayden and Schizo with a 50.784, Ray Thompson and Dave Toms with a 52.283, and splitting them both, the Tisdalls, Mandy and Clayton with a 51.507. We had found our final 3 at Hastings.
These tracks really suit airboats. The tight little ones really suit this boat. It loves the tight stuff. Like the Waitra, it suits airboat. Tighter the better, really. And I love this track. It's nice, clean water. Your boat floats a lot better in it because it's just a real nice track.
Traditionally we've struggled here, but today things seem to be going pretty well. So, touch wood, so we'll just keep going.
It was another top 5 finish for Girl Talk and Kelly Manel. She had help at Hastings with a very familiar face, hubby Leighton, during the navigational job.
They certainly have, yes. He's sitting in the navy seat today, so doing really well actually. He probably chats a little bit too much for my liking, but he's trying to help, and so a bit of driver training at the same time.
It's a bit rough, to be honest. I'm trying to get some back. Kels is 10 years in navvying and had a couple of pull-outs and a bit of abuse at me, so I'm trying to get at least a couple in by the end of the day. Try and get some back under those 10 years, but she's driving awesome, going really well.
Despite this small pickup in qualifying, the Manels had been consistent, and it was that consistency that saw Kelly sitting 4th place in Group B points. Dramas in qualifying 2 for Tim and Blair Edhouse. The usual top 3 contenders saw their title hopes slip away after this. It was day over before the elimination started. Well, if you think the top 3's got a familiar look about it, you're absolutely right, because it's exactly the same as it was in round 3. It's Hayden, Tisdall and Thompson. First to go, it will be Ray Thompson, the motor mechanic from Whangamata. Dave Tom sits alongside him, the farmer from Piopio. It's a Sprint Tech boat with a 408 Chevy. Motor Preparations and Elite Paintworks are the sponsors. Ray Thompson and Dave Tom's been around a long, long time. Best time in the 8 was a 52.397. In the top 5 it was a 52.283. So they've been consistent. Let's see what the split is. Nicely through the hairpin. That's the money corner here at the Riverside Jet Track in Crownthorpe. Just about 40 kilometres out of Hastings. Heading down towards the split time mark now for Ray Thompson. It's going to be in the 33s. 33.514 for Ray Thompson. Lent this boat to his son back in 2013, and Brent came across with second place in Group B. These guys have started their season well into the finals in round number 3, into the finals here in round number 4, working their way down towards the finish line now. It's a 52.019, so the first of the 3 in the Group B finals
happy to get through the day, especially with the weather like it is. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, great day.
Well, this is Clayton and Mandy Tisdale. The boat is a Jetspeed, powered by a Brian Kelly fettled Chev. These guys are the points leaders by just one single solitary point going into round 4. So we're past the halfway stage here in the Altherm Window Systems 2017 New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships. These guys travel all the way from the deep south of Tapanui. And when they're not racing their jet boat, Clayton's a earth-moving contractor and Mandy is a school teacher. And they split whatever spare time they have with building up for the final round of this year's championships at Wanaka. They're building the track there. 32.884 at the split. That compares nicely with the top 5 split. That time they did a 51.502. 33.514 was the split for Ray Thompson, so they're up on Thompson speed. Are we going to see a changing of the guard here in Group B? We're looking for a top 3 final, 51.109. They go to the top of the pile with the New Zealand champions still to come. This is Jay and Patrick Hayden. Took that number 1 title against Ross Travis at the final last year in the 2016 season. Never seen Paddy quite so nervous as he was in that final run. New season though, new ball game. Hasn't been the most auspicious start for the Haydens. Down a little on their normally exemplary performance, but they have been quick. 51.192 in the top 8. A 50.784, the only one to break into the 50s. That was the 5. This is the final 3. Are they going to be on the top step? They've got to beat the 51.109. Heading down towards the split marker now. Needs to be under the 32.884 of Clayton and Mandy Tisdale, and it is 32.642. It's as close as you like though. Paddy Hayden's really got to haul it down now as they go around the 7 Island course that is the Riverside Jet Track, working their way down towards the finish. Jay getting a little bit frantic with the hand signals. Down towards the finish line now. Got to beat the 51.109 to stand on the top step, and they do it. 50.752. We've found our champions in Group B, and it is Paddy and Jay Hayden. And look at the reaction from Clayton.
Still a podium, so that should still keep us on top of the points, hopefully. So, yeah, bugger.
Great, yep, we've done a heap of work to try and get the boat to handle. I've had great support from everybody and around about, you know, Calvin Pickard and old Mark's always there to give me a hand, and yeah, no, it's a good feeling.
So we see a shift in the order. Paddy and Jay Hayden take the win here in round number 4. But what does that do to the points situation? I think you'll find that we have a draw. So the maximum 30 points for Paddy and Jay Hayden, and Clayton and Mandy Tisdale get the 29, and that means that they are locked together on 113.1 points apiece. So we're into the final 5 here at Hastings for the Stinger Boats Group A, and it is Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson on top in Novus Autoglass. First to go though will be Neil Marshall and Michelle Reid out of Taranaki. They're on board with Eagle Automotive here. These guys were the points leaders going in, and that may change. It will be subject to what happens a little bit further down in this top 5. You see Neil experimenting there with a amber face shield because the weather has just closed in again here at Hastings. In fact, I think Hastings is a little pocket of sunshine right across New Zealand. They were predicting tropical storms. We haven't had tropical storms yet, but we have had wet and inclement conditions. Neil Marshall and Michelle Reid working their way down towards the split point. 27.402, the top 5 split for them. Top 8 time was a 48.087. That got them in as the last qualifier here into the 5. So are they going to have to go quicker than that? Heading down towards the finish line now. Needs to be maybe sub 48 seconds to ensure themselves a spot on the podium. It's not going to be. 48.523. They lost a little bit of time on the way home. And Neil's not going to be real happy with that, I wouldn't think. That is going to mean a point shift in the overall title chase.
Yeah, no, I made way too many mistakes in there. I'm not sure quite what went wrong at the beginning of the run, but something threw me off, and then after that I was just chasing my tail, trying to chase time back that you're never going to get, so I would suspect that'll be me for the end of the day.
So Ross and Shane Travers next to go. This father and son combination out of Wanganui. The boat is radioactive. They flirted a little bit with the Group A class last year in the 2016 NZ World and decided to jump in boots and all here for the Altherm Window Systems Championship. The boat always looks smooth, nicely through the hairpin, although it got a little bit of elevation there. That nearly got the grate out of the water, and the grate is the heart, if you like, of the JETSPRINT unit. It scoops up the water and puts it through the unit that gives you the thrust and the propulsion. Heading down towards the split time, 27.165 for Ross and Shane Travers, and that's the fastest split we've seen. Now, are we going to see a sub 48 second clocking? Look at the way the boat sits on the water as they negotiate the 7-island course, this picturesque setting that we come to each and every year here at Crownthorpe, the Riverside Jet Track. Down towards the finish line now, it is a 47.881. That is the fastest time in Stinger Boats Group A for Ross Travers. Rick Burke and Alf Kill next out in Firewater. This Hamilton combination, world champions in Group A, fourth in the New Zealand title chase last year. It's a Sprint Tech hull with a 406 Chevy, runs around about 630 horsepower. You're on board here with the boys from Hamilton. Rick Burke, a second generation driver, doing the driving. Alf Kill, the navigation. Nice at the hairpin for the combination in Firewater. Top 8 time was a 47.762. Looking for a split time around about the 31s, maybe the high 31s, 30.889. That's the fastest split we've seen so far. So that is a good result so far for Rick Burke and Alf Kill. The 7-island course is beautiful, picturesque course in Hastings. They work their way down towards the finish line now. Are we going to see another 48 second clocking? It's a 47.688. So they go to the top now.
We're getting happy with the boat now. We don't have a lot left at the end of this. It's quite a long run, but really happy.
Well, still two to come, and this is one of them. This is Ollie Silverton and Jess Sit. The boat is PSP, Suntough and Clearview. It's a Sprint Tech G-Force Chev Magnum Automotive Special. Sixth in the New Zealand title chase last year. Didn't have a very good Worlds campaign. Second in Group B in 2015 and third in 2014. The top 8 time was a 47.666. So that is knocking on the door that we just saw that Rick Burke and Alf Kill do. But remember, all those times rubbed out, they mean nothing. We start again. What's this one going to be? 30.624. Another good split for Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid. Well, they've come on like gangbusters since their victory at the last round at Waitara at the Methanex Aquatrack, and they're going like gangbusters here as well. Are we going to see a better time than the 47.688 put up by Rick Burke and Alf Kill? 47.203, they smash that time. They go to the top with one combination still to come.
Carried a lot more speed into the hairpin, which was what we talked about. The exit out of it probably wasn't as tidy as what we were looking for, but we'll take it.
So the last boat in the final 5, this is Simon Gibbon and Paul Thompson from North Canterbury. Novus Autoglass is a boat. They weren't happy with the performance of the boat at Merry round 2, and they equally weren't happy at Waitara's round 3, but they still came away with good points. They're second in the season so far, their best season so far. Cy Gibbon, Paul Thompson, they are happy with the boat this time. They were the fastest qualifier in Stinger Boats Group A. They were the fastest in the top 8. What are they going to do here in the 5? 47.421 in the 8. They need to be around about the 30-second mark for the split. 30.325. So that is faster than the split of Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid. So they're on their way maybe to taking their first title here in the 2017 Altherm Window Systems New Zealand JETSPRINTing Championship. They were fastest with the split. 30.325. Are they going to bring it home faster? No, they don't. So that means that Cy Gibbon will make the final, but Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid will be the top qualifier in the top 3.
A little bit scrappy compared to some of our earlier runs, but hey, we made the final, that's all that matters.
So we've found our final 3, and it will be Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid, Rick Burke and Alf Kill, and Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson. Well, we've been lucky with the weather. Hopefully it stays fine as we get into the final 3 here in round 4 of the Altherm Window Systems 2017 New Zealand JETSPRINTing Championships. Rick Burke and Alf Kill on the the journey. The top 5 time was a 47.688. The split was a 30.859. So we'll watch that one with interest. Once again, we start with a clean slate. Problems of the earlier eliminations mean nothing. Nice and tidy through the hairpin. You're back on board here with the pairing from Hamilton. Firewater is the boat. Ricky is a second generation driver. His father, Kevin, racing Jetsprints in the early 80s and 90s. The split time is a 30.521. Faster than a top 5 split, and that awarded with them a time of 47.688. What are they going to do this time? Couple of corners still to go. The boat just gets a little bit untidy. It's the first time we've seen it really step out of the water as they work their way down towards the finish line now. 47.657 for Rick Burke and Alf Kill. Now, will that stand up with 2 still to come?
That's our fastest time of the day, and it's the point end of the day, so it's a good time for it to happen.
Next to go, this is Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson. The boat is Novus Auto Glass. Top 5 split was a 30.325. Faster than the top 3 split of Rick Burke and Alf Kill. So what are we going to see here? Are we going to see a nice tidy run? The hairpin looks pretty good. The boat just gets a little bit of elevation in the crisscross, if you like. Now down to the bottom end of the course here, the 7 Island course, waiting for the split. Needs to be around about 30 seconds, I would think, if they're going to be in the hunt. Have a look for the split period now. Their top 5 time was a 47.274, 30.887 at the split. That's slightly slower than what we saw from Rick Burke and Alf Kill. So they're really going to have to haul it home now. Novus Auto Glass is the boat. It's a jet speed hull out of the South Island, where the combination is from as well. Coming down to the finish line now, looking for the time, 47.883. They stay in second.
Oh, not too bad. Just rode the first corner and beat the centre fin, so, but hey, should happen.
Well, the question now is, will that time stand up of Rick Burke and Alf Kill? They're the fastest so far with a 47.657. Ollie Silverton just sit on the journey now, and they have been fast right throughout the day. And I mentioned it before, they've seemed like they've grown another leg since their win in Waitra at round number 3. Nice and tidy through the hairpin. That's the money corner here at the Riverside Jet Track in Crownthorpe, looking for a split time. Top 5 time was a 47.203. They need to be in the 30-second bracket again. Round about 37.6 they did in the 5, 30.089, so they've gone quicker. 47.203 in the 5. That was better than the time that Rick and Alf Kill posted in this. The 3, are they going to be the winners here in Hastings? Round 4 of the Altherm Window Systems New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships coming to a close here in Stinger Boats Group A, and it's a 46.904. Ollie Silverton and Jess Sit win.
Yeah, no, that was good, eh? Don't know where it come from, but looked up at the clock and to see a 46 was pretty unreal.
So they make it 2 for 2 after winning at the Methanex Equitrack in round number 3, and here again at Hastings. Ollie Silverton and Jess Sit go to the top of the table. They pick up the maximum 30 points, and they're the only combination in the 46s. Brilliant stuff from PSP Racing. Overall, the situation has changed a little bit because we've got a new leader at the top of the table, and it is Ollie Silverton from Neil Marshall. Well, we changed things up again for round number 5, the penultimate round of the championship, because we go back to Shelter View Aquatrack, but this time we do it under lights. The excitement level will be intense. We'll see you there.